All right, welcome to Podstache. I'm Brian Lee. Next to me on my left-hand side is...
Christopher Lee.
Koopa. Justin Shank.
How you doing, guys?
Hi.
It's all right.
I live with you. Hi.
Yeah, it's hot stash today.
It is hot stash, but it's been hot all week, man.
Yeah.
And crazy humid. Ba-ding.
That's right.
The weather. Yeah. I mean, it's hot as fuck, but I don't mind it terribly. It's not unbearable for me yet, you know?
So here, like, quick. So would you rather be really hot or really cold?
I'd rather really, really hot.
Koopa?
I'd rather be in the heat.
I actually like being really cold because you can get warmer with clothing.
See, I'm on the same length.
So you
as
can
that.
just take clothes off and cool down.
See, that's
But you
what-
can only take off so many. You can't take off your skin.
Yep.
Still
Yeah.
cool. Still, yeah. You don't know me.
I mean, winter. Yeah.
Winter.
You can put on more layers.
Now,
I'm very prone to bronchitis in the winter, so that's why I don't like it.
I'm not saying that. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that I like winter over summer because I still like.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is I rather be like, especially like at night when I'm sleeping, I like it to be cold.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's for
even
sure.
when it's cold, I'll open windows and I want it to be cold because I know I can throw a cover on. Or
Yeah.
something, you know.
Yeah.
But
Autumn's my favorite. Hoodie weather.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Plus, I look really metal when I'm wearing a hoodie. But this is a glorious week because of this past weekend. Why was it a glorious weekend? I'll tell you why. Because Rock of Ages bombed at the box office. And
Very good. Very good.
Because it was like a couple weeks ago that we talked about it.
Yeah.
And like we all
That was
had,
the last one at your mom's house, actually. we talked
Yeah,
about.
that's right. Like we had, I think we all shared the same feeling that we had a distaste for it. Like it was just like
I thought Tom Cruise was going to be awesome. Just to tell you,
He looks ripped. In the posters, he's like ripped, and I'm like, I didn't know he was that cut, but
but I guess I'm smoking. Yeah, I'm talking about the demise of Rock of Ages, and I'm smoking a cigar.
you exhaling that smoke and saying it where it's like,
Got you now, He-Man. I don't think
Did Skeletor He's really bad, dude.
that oil will be mine.
Maybe that's how he died.
I'm gonna drink and beat my wife.
Whoa,
He really is fucking evil, dude.
You got some issues, buddy. I'm just saying. She yells at me when I get home from work. It's been a long day. He-Man keeps winning.
Goes home, beats his kids.
Yeah! You're adopted.
Can we make a short now of Brian playing Skeletor, just coming home and like,
Who are... I can't even think of like any of the other characters. Was there a Mum? Wait, was Mumra? Was that...
I've never seen the cartoon. I've only seen the movie.
the movie is amazing.
It is.
There's what was that? There's like one line where literally Dolph Lundgren, they just get done with some kind of like laser gun fight in like an alley, and the bad dudes run away, and Dolph Lundgren literally turns around and goes, and then takes off running, and I'm just like, what?
I don't know. He was in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was He-Man.
Wow. 'Cause he was in the original Punisher.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Man,
He was big back then. He's always big, but
Yeah.
he was like famous big.
But yeah, I can't remember any of the other characters that were in.
Yeah.
Snark.
Have you ever seen the behind the scenes of Universal Soldiers?
No.
Dude, it was awesome. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme is sitting there and he's waiting and they're doing a scene with Jean-Claude and fucking Dolph Lundgren. And Jean-Claude Van Damme's trying to hog the behind the scenes camera and he's like, yes, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you see Dolph Lundgren walking out. He's like, someone's a little late. And then Dolph Lundgren like looks at him. He's like, are you even supposed to be here?
Driving the hammer. But Rock of Ages. So I believe it cost them about $75 million to make it, and it grossed $15 million.
Good.
That's I don't know.
They'll make their money back.
It'll take a long.
so?
It'll take a long time to recoup that, man.
Well, they will find a way because what they'll do is they'll get paid from HBO and Cinemax and then normally what you make in movie tickets,
Yeah.
you're you're going to make roughly the same amount in DVD purchases as well.
So they're not going to break even.
I think they will. I think they will eventually.
But
Eventually.
it'll take a long fucking time. Even
I mean, but it's just like, do you think there's such thing as like Hollywood like learning their lesson, or they're just like, oh well, let's do this stupid thing too? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just,
I think they're trend followers, and you know what I mean. So
They'll do.
it's just Glee on the big screen. That's all they're going for now.
yeah,
Right.
You know, and that's the trend on TV, but doesn't mean people want to go to a theater and see it.
Well, and I remember someone saying it was very Glee like.
Well, you can tell it just by watching the fucking thing. I mean, Glee. I hate Glee, but it's just. I mean, all it is like a musical TV show.
Well, it was a stupid concept because, one, everybody that likes hair metal and that style is not going to watch that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the Glee followers that have to be interested in this, like, 80s kind of hair metal scene.
Yeah.
So, of course, it wasn't going to be.
But it's not. It's kitschy and fun with all of the drugs and alcohol
But
abuse.
see, and that's the thing, because if it's aimed towards like that generation, like why would you cast Tom Cruise? Why wouldn't you like?
He was big in that generation, but now with that. The Glee generation. Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you like cast Vampire Boy like Robert Pattinson? Well, Robert
Well, but I mean,
you know.
you're going to cast a pasty white motherfucking
Yeah.
teen kid? Like,
But I'm just saying, like,
well, Tom
someone-
Cruise he's had his big movies lately, though. I mean, he's had the Mission Impossible movies that were popular and shit, and that's
the third one come out yet?
yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
the
it was
fourth
good.
one. Fourth one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah,
think
it was
Younger
okay.
Generation
It
loves
wasn't
that
nearly as good as the third. The third
Yeah.
was really good.
I remember seeing the first one. I think I saw the second one. Yeah, I did.
The first and third were the best. I think it's like every other,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like the fourth one better than the John Woo one, but
Done woo.
And they have Russell Brand in the movie. How could it fail?
I love Katy Perry.
Not.
anymore. Yeah, go, and then we'll just while we're on the whole movie thing, that's Podstache. We just talk about movies apparently. Whatever, I'm over it. It seems like okay, and does it also? I gotta have to ask you guys this: does it seem like hockey has been on like this kind of resurgence lately?
well, the
Stanley Cup, yeah.
the cup was just on. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but even before that, it seems like hockey's been making a comeback.
Not compared to other sports.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look too. Like Chicago just had a Stanley Cup victory.
Well,
a
yeah,
couple
and
years
that's
ago.
and
So
that's
that'll-
something I know as far as Chicago goes. Yeah,
Yeah, so Chicago. Yeah,
Well, I mean, maybe it's just that we're getting older and we're noticing more of our friends into more sports because they're getting older and lame.
I mean, I really like hockey, and I think it's one of the funnest sports to watch.
Well, you used to play hockey, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That and soccer. I think. Well, I didn't play soccer, but soccer's fun too.
Oh, God damn it.
Soccer is a lot of fun too. Like I remember when I went to Vancouver, it was right when the World Cup finals just began. Or the World Cup just began, and that was so much fun, especially because I was in an area where everyone cared.
Yeah.
And there were so many diverse groups. So like when there was a tournament going on between like two random countries, like that distinct portion of people that lived there that followed those countries, like they're having parades outside, and it wasn't like, I don't know, it was just really neat.
Yeah, it seems like soccer fans are batshit crazy, which is awesome. I mean,
They're diehard soccer fans.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch too. You get into it, it's fun to watch.
see, that's well, I bet you that's one of those things. Watching it live is more, entertaining than watching it, is more entertaining than watching it on TV because I can't watch soccer on TV. It's
Well,
just,
can you watch it on TV if you were in a bar and everybody's watching it? Because I can. I think that's a lot of fun when everybody's digging it, and
Yeah. I mean, for that, I don't watch basketball. But
see, I like basketball.
So I never got into it.
Yeah, I
But I
either.
remember what was UConn? Is that East Coast College? No, not UConn, but University of Connecticut. Was it
Yeah.
East Coast went there, right?
Yeah.
And he's a big UConn guy. I remember when UConn was in the playoffs, and he came to Pockets one day, and he made him put the playoff game on, and I caught myself getting into it because it was he was into it. And me and Rev were watching. And we were
I
kinda
remember
getting
that,
into it.
yeah.
You were there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We were all kind of into
And
it.
you
'cause
get
it was-
excited, especially
yeah.
because the game was good too. And it was close.
It was down to the fucking last second.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
But a reason, because I personally feel there's been this resurgence of hockey. Okay, I know Kevin Smith, he's doing a hockey movie,
Yeah.
and then this has popped up on different websites. Rob Zombie's doing a hockey movie. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, because obviously it just got announced. I'm pretty sure pretty recently. So I mean, he can do horror. And that makes sense because I know he's totally into that horror genre. Yeah. You know, he's really passionate about that horror genre. Yeah. So I guess like the whole thing of Rob Zombie doing a hockey movie.
Was he a hockey fan? And what's the premise of it too?
But okay,
like what was that? What was that '70s movie? Was that Slapshot or with the three brothers? Or
Slapshot was fun.
Slapshot was amazing.
That's with the Hanson brothers, right?
Yeah.
See,
I mean, like if it's along the lines of something like kind of cool like that, you know, where it had like that. It was like a coming of age type, not coming of age, but like a underdog tale type of story that had a good.
Well, they're all sports.
Well, are
underdog tales lately.
And it makes a little bit sense. Here, this is from GeekyRant.com. Rob Zombie is taking a break from horror on his next project. Deadline reports that the Halloween director is set to write, direct, and produce Broad Street Bullies, a film about the Philadelphia Flyers hockey team that evolved from a cellar-dwelling expansion team into a team that racked up victories and penalty minutes in equal measure during the 1970s.
So that sounds cool.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence.
HBO recently did Broad Street Bullies, which was like a documentary of the whole thing, and I watched it, and it's fantastic.
Well, really? Okay.
What's interesting to me, though, is, I mean, directing a horror movie is completely different from directing, like, a sports action movie.
Yeah.
Well, and what now has me nervous about that is the fact that it's a historical sports movie, not just a sports movie.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to, like...
Well, but when you look at Rob Zombie, his whole take on horror is very historical in the horror aspect, as far as kind of going back to the Grindhouse era and being true to an older style of horror. I'm making a weird connection.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, he is obviously kind of a stickler for being true to what he's doing in a way.
Zombie considers the tone of the film to be Rocky meets Boogie Nights.
That sounds cool. Rocky. I mean, those are both gritty movies. You know?
Yeah, but that's really weird too because I mean, at least the way that they're portrayed. Again, we weren't around when this was going on, but
just speak for yourself.
But the way that they were portrayed via that documentary, and they had all the interviews and everything with everybody. I mean, it didn't sound much like Boogie Nights, except for that there was like a bar that they always hung out at.
And it's in the 70s.
Yeah, and it's in the 70s.
Well, and
they were very community oriented too. Once they started winning, they were all about community. You know what I mean?
Is it the Kevin Smith film set in the 70s or 80s?
I thought it was 80s. I thought.
Yeah. So that's another weird thing that there's now two hockey movies and they're both.
Well, there was that one that just came out with Sean Patrick Scott, the guy that played Steph, the Goon. That looked pretty good.
Wait, what did you say?
The Goon?
Yeah, that
looks pretty good. I know it's out on DVD already too.
The Goon?
It's just like he's the guy that goes in there and fights. He's on the team because he fights.
There's a term for like one of those guys.
The Goon, I think.
No, because I watched an awesome documentary about
Enforcer?
Something like that. That was on Hulu. So it's free. We should be getting fucking paid for this shit.
By the website that offers shit for free.
There was one about this one guy who was an enforcer, and I wish I could fucking remember his name. I'll look it up or something. But it's about him, and it's like a really interesting story. It's just like, just this guy who was an enforcer and just fucking, just beat people's ass. And like lots of awesome footage and stuff like that. And then like, spoiler, like he dies. Like, how did he die?
Enforcing?
No. Oh no! Because then the latter portion of the documentary talks about just how some of these athletes are just so fucked up just from numerous concussions and stuff like that. So that's how he ended up dying. Just like from all these concussions that he would get from just playing sports and just like just doing it uber hard.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's not even a trailer out yet.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm sure. When you take on responsibility like that, I'm sure he is studying because he seemed like he did for the other movies. So
I mean, like,
so I'm sure he'll come up. It's hard, man. I mean, like a hockey movie is a fast-paced movie, so you got to have a lot of shots. So we'll see how that plays. But I don't like the idea of blending the two things like he was talking about. But
I mean, like I've said it before, like Devil's Rejects is like one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. I fucking love that fucking movie. Halloween, both of them, I was just kind of meh, The second one was a little bit better. He did 2 Halloween movies.
Yeah. I liked both.
The second one I liked a little bit better. Yeah. House of a Thousand Corpses, meh.
I mean, The Devil's Rejects was a better follow-up than The House of a Thousand Corpses.
Well, and then, and I think he said for House of a Thousand Corpses, he had this huge budget. and he's just like, let's go fucking nuts. And then for Devil's Rejects, he had a lot less of a budget.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Better.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I fucking love Devil's Rejects. So, yeah, but we'll see what happens.
Well, and I also remember for the Devil's Rejects, he even referenced George Costanza. He's like, I'm just going to do everything completely opposite and see people like that more. And they did.
What was the album he released right after Devil Rejects came out? Educated Horses.
Yeah.
Did you guys listen to that album?
Yeah. I didn't mind it at all.
I thought it was great for him because it was like so much different than Rob Zombie.
I remember there being a lot of piano on that album.
Well, it was more rock. You know, there's some like shit that sounded like Gary Glitter at one point. You know, there's some like anthem rock and some just good gritty rock music. It was really kind of a cool change. You know, and I remember one of the songs from A House of a Thousand Corpses was from the album was in, you know what I'm saying, yeah. It was, yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie.
Going to sports-related media, I just found, I just recently went back to Netflix, and I found that they made another Blue Mountain State. Has anybody ever seen that FX series?
That's with, that one bitch. Come on. She was married to that guy.
Oh, yeah. Denise Richards.
Yeah.
That show is one of those shows that I would never, like, you look at it, especially at the cover, and you're kind of like, it's something I would never pick for myself. But Eric said, hey, you got to check this out. And as soon as I watched the first episode, like, I would watch the entire season through.
Yeah.
So they
funny or drama? Or?
It's funny.
Yeah.
Really funny. Basically, the premise is it's Blue Mountain State, and they're like a Tier 1 football college. Yeah. And they win the national championship like every year or whatever. And the main character, there's two main characters. One is originally he was the second string quarterback, and he's really good, but his whole goal is just to fucking party at school, and he wants to continue to stay the second string because football gets him late all the time, but he doesn't have any of the stress.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like this, he's like the captain of the football team, and he's like the linebacker, and he's just fucking just nuts, you know, but he's all football, man.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest fucking show I've ever seen. And I found out the third season was out like 4 days ago, and I watched it all in like a night. It's awesome. Like, you guys got to see. You guys will not stop laughing. It's just that funny. And what's interesting is I don't like sports oriented. For the most part, I don't like sports oriented shows. You know,
for the most part, I see myself kind of like I couldn't tell you the last like comedy. Like movie or series that I've really gotten into, like I just haven't been in that mindset, you know, in a bit, you know. So
I like, for the most part, all comedy. Like, I don't know, but it's really funny because I mean they're all drug abusers, and it's think of how you would expect like professional football players or like a big college football town to be, but like, you know, caricaturize it to where there's just women everywhere, and just like, you know, and that's what it is, and it's really funny. And the captain of the football team is just, I want to see him in more series because he's just fantastic.
Yeah, like the one series that I'm just now getting back into because I had the first season forever, and I think it's only on its second season, is Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
I need to get it.
My buddy, like, I haven't seen the newest second season besides the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
But my buddy said that they ended it in a really weird place this time.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, like there's more to come, but like, you know, it's like they didn't stop it where it was like it could kind of end to build another season. It was kind of just like they ended it in the middle of 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. I mean, I dig it. Just like, I don't know, there's fucking people getting fucked and Vikings and shit. So I like Game of Thrones plot, and that blonde bitch is really hot.
I need to watch that show.
It's good.
I've never watched it yet.
It's good.
You don't deserve sleuths. He calls sluts sleuths.
I'm like,
Eat a donut. You're confusing me. Everyone.
but yeah. I think cigars make me gassy.
Instantly?
No, the cutaway scenes are awesome because, like, in the second season, the captain of the football team gets like suspended. He was going to go pro, so the coach set him up to get fucked up. So he like put him out onto this boat with all his women, and just a mountain of cocaine, and you just see his face. His whole face is just in the cocaine. He just comes back up with just powder all over. I don't know. He's just funny.
That would be so ineffective. Sorry. No, I know.
They're getting ready to play this last game. It's like, you got to remember why you love playing football. And this guy is like ripped to no end, and he's super tall, and you just cut away this scene, and he's on roller skates, and he's just like roller skating. He's like, I love roller skating. And then this old dude, like with an army uniform on, goes, for how big you are, you should be a football player. You'll make billions. And he's like, billions? I'm going to be a football player. Thanks, Dad. Like, that's amazing.
Very funny.
I don't know. Yeah.
See, I don't know if I want to talk about Guy Fieri's Lamborghini getting stolen by ninjas or not.
What? I didn't get a beer. Don't start that story.
Well, yeah, because I'll be very slow while he's getting his beer. Well, no, because I guess it happened a year ago, and I guess they just recovered his Lamborghini. But apparently, it was like it turns out it was like a 17-year-old kid. But this kid, like, what's the word? I'm like, he like rappelled off a roof. And like stole Guy Fieri's like fucking Lamborghini, and I guess like a year later they finally found it like in the 17-year-old kid's like storage unit or some shit.
He still had it.
Yeah, he had it for a year. So yeah, a Lamborghini stolen from celebrity chef Guy Fieri's. Guy Fieri has been found a year after it went missing. Let's see. Repelled off a building. Yeah, that's about the majority of it. They found it.
So the kid got caught.
Yeah.
Should give him an award.
They should.
Fuck that guy.
That's fucking awesome.
Also, fuck that guy.
So, I found out something interesting from our last Podstache. I've always found that with Pabst Blue Ribbon, and there's like a couple other beers out there, that if I drink like just one beer or something, I start getting headaches. And last time, like I had a Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then I left here and I went home, and like I had the worst migraine ever. I wanted to just like throw myself off a building to like end it. It was so bad. And then I got to leave. Thanks, leave.
We're whores now.
I know. We don't even get paid. Look at that.
Thanks for killing my PBR and fucking endorsement. Though.
I'm sorry, but no, I found something out.
Headache pills. Don't get me drunk.
PBR. I think Budweiser also. Like I think it's because of what is it? The rice based, I guess.
Yeah.
And some people have just really bad reactions to that. So I have to stay away from Pabst Blue Ribbon
or just drink a lot and get immune.
See, I think that's what happened with me. It's just I bought so many dirty 30s over the year. It's just where, it doesn't.
This is all I drink now, and it's not because I'm like, oh, PBR. It's because it's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a 30 case for $9.99. Like that's what I'm gonna drink. I'm not.
Where the fuck do you go shopping, dude? Like because you bought that whiskey for like $10 too.
Everywhere,
dude.
He has his sources.
St. Charles, you got to know where to go. If I want whiskey, I go to Safeway.
Yeah,
and that's by the car dealerships.
Yeah,
in St. Charles. For cheap beer, I go to the corner, like the One Stop. That's by Route 25 because their PBR is always on fucking sale.
Yeah,
like the one day we walked in there and Dave's like, I'm not gonna get a big case today, so he grabbed like a 12er and it was like $8.99 or something. And the guy's like, oh, getting a 12er? Why don't you get double the cans for $1 more? And Dave's like, I guess you're right. So we got more beer. So yeah, this is like $3. So
nice.
And also referencing a previous Podstache, I forgot who it was, but we're talking about hard candy, and then we brought up the argument of we didn't know how old Ellen Page was supposed to be in that movie.
Yeah.
I guess at one point the director had a line where she's basically supposed to acknowledge that she was 18 years old.
Oh, okay.
But Ellen Page didn't want to do that because she wanted her character to be 14 years old. Which makes me even hate her even more.
That's true. That's stupid.
So I mean, she acted that way, and she was supposed to be 14 years old in that movie.
Yeah, that's the issue.
She was supposed to be 18, so the director wins, I guess.
Right, but she acted.
Like a 14-year-old ass, which means she can't.
You know what? You're kind of in the same boat like Jared, who you'll meet soon because he's coming to Chicago.
He's moving up here.
Yeah, he's moving up here. Which huge into he hates any kids show where the kids actually portray themselves to be older than they really are. You know what I mean? Ellen Page is a prime example, like that, and Juno, like just that personality of like that mid-20s person, like she kind of understands even though she's in high school.
Yeah.
So
kid actors, I'm half and half about, but I fucking hate kid singers. I hate little kid singers. It drives me it drives me bonkers too. It's just like
a Justin Bieber or
that, or just I mean, I've talked about my love for like talent shows and stuff like that. Just like any of these little kids that are on like America's Got Talent or whatever, it drives me bonkers, dude. It's
an easy buy almost, dude. Like
it's just and the one thing that I'll give Guitar Center credit for is like it's just for these competitions they have an age limit. So like I think they have to be at least 16 because if they're younger than that, you'll have like a little like 8-year-old playing, and it's the cute factor, and it's just like, and that's such bullshit. Because like if I'm a guy who's working his ass off to like be really good at his craft, and then I lose like some little kid like being cutesy, it's like fuck off, dude.
It's like what was I was watching? I was looking up. I don't know why I like segued in when I was watching YouTube videos the other day. I like made a segue into like Trumpet videos or something. And there was like a featured video of some kid from America's Got Talent. Yeah. And it was like an 8-year-old kid playing trumpet. And like, they're like, oh, he's great. He's amazing. And like, literally it was just some like kid who was like fine at trumpet. It was just fine. But he was like dressed in like like flamenco-y outfit, like the frilly, silky shirt. Yeah. And he was like dancing the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And like everyone like lost their shit. And he kept fucking up notes. And I'm just like, that ain't cool. Like, because I just like, right before that, I watched a video of a guy playing literally 2 trumpets at one time. And I'm like, fuck this kid, dude. Like, this guy would go on there and people would be like, that's lame. But like, no, that's fucking hard as shit. Like,
all I can think of is that The Critic, where Jay puts the trumpet up to his belly button? But, by the way, go to Hell Koopa. What? That stupid fucking picture that you posted.
That was awesome. Did you see this picture?
No, is it still up there? Is it still available?
It's a picture of Nickelback. With
I did.
All their faces dubbed in as Nick Cage.
Have you seen the Nick Cage cats? No. Someone, dude, that's genuinely funny as shit. I'll find this.
I have to tell you this story too. That wasn't like something I just randomly found on the internet. Someone, Cindy, texted me that picture and with the text along with it saying, this seemed like something that you'd get a real kick out of. And I immediately texted her back like, this is amazing. And then I put it straight up to Facebook and tried to tag you in it. So,
bitch,
it was awesome.
I hate both.
Nickel Cage.
The Nickel Cage. I'm like, God damn it.
That's awesome.
Oh. Was his voice? I don't know. It's funny because like
amazing
I'll see that
all the time.
No. Because it's like if you like watch like older footage of him, it seems like his voice is like it's higher because he's younger, but it's like awkwardly higher.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, God damn it! I don't know.
I would have to like pay close attention to it to catch it.
It's weird.
Off the top of my head, I really can't like tell.
Wrap it up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well. Fuck Nicolas Cage. Hey, no.
Nickel Cage.
All right, that'll do it for this episode. So we'll be right back.
Hey.